Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Sonic Shuffle, a random and holistic Sonic lore podcast. I'm one of the students, Morg.
I am the other student, Devon.
And I'm the teacher, Dan. And this week, we finished going through Lego Sonic Dimension, or the Sonic DLC for Lego Dimensions.
Yes, it might as well be called
Yes.
Lego Sonic Dimensions, because that's what it feels like.
That's the only part I care about.
Oh, Sonic all the time, baby! It's a lot of side quests.
Yeah. We went through the main campaign in our last episode, so we're just going through all this fun side content. We continued to use Clement J64's Let's Play of the entire Sonic series for this one. As far as... there isn't really news, to the best of my knowledge anyways. So I'm gonna go ahead and move on to something I wanted to talk about in a full episode, but as it turns out, it's not... there isn't enough of it in English for me to, dedicate an episode to it. So, I'm going to talk a little bit about the Sonic manga. Now, I'll try to be pretty brief about this. Most of what I'm reading is just the Sonic Retro article. But the Sonic manga was, actually it was several different series of, Sonic mangas, released by Shogakukan, aimed at elementary schoolers. Most of this I'm just, like I said, reading from an article. They made basically a different one for every grade from, grades 1 through 6. As well as some, other things. These comics were focused on this, hedgehog named Nicky, who could transform into Sonic.
God, I did hear about this because I was watching someone talking about Sonic lore while they were playing Sonic games and, fucking around. And I was like, this is so weird! This is so weird! Mm-hmm. He becomes Sonic. It's like a transformation, magical girl ass situation, but he becomes Sonic. What the fuck?
Yeah. Nicky basically looks like Sonic, but with glasses and a hair tuft, and a shirt.
It's very Superman of him, then, actually.
Yeah. He lives in this little village, this little seaside village, with Amy Rose and Charmy the Bee and Eggman. From what I can tell, I'm like I said, I'm just reading the articles here. Different strips had slightly different continuities. Let's see. Tails is here. Sonic was the main highlight, but Nicky also had stuff. He lived in Hedgehog Town. He has parents named Polly and Brenda. And a sister named Tanya. In some versions named Anita.
What if it was Sonya instead?
Mm-hmm. He had a friend who was a pudgy hedgehog named Little John. And of course...
like the singer?
Alright.
Yeah. And he also had a girlfriend named Amy. This is actually the very first incarnation of Amy Rose.
Really? Before
Before Sonic CD came out.
CD? Yeah, wow.
Mm-hmm.
It was actually his girlfriend instead of being like a girl that wants to be his girlfriend.
Nikki's main antagonist was a lizard named Anton Veruca.
Veruca Salt. That's the only Veruca I know. I don't really know anyone named Veruca, gotta say.
Anton lives in a cave, and he has some siblings named Mud, Hud, Todd with one D, Migu, Hoagie, and Vera.
Tag yourself. I'm Hoagie.
I'm Todd with one D.
I am Mud. No, I'm Hud. I'm a heads-up display.
Yes.
Yeah, as you, listen to this podcast, you can see a little, heads-up display of me showing off different stats for the Sonic characters.
It's true, I'm seeing one right now.
Tails is the only one who knows that Nikki and Sonic are the same person. Let's see, is there any other fun information here? Yeah, it looks like each different version had a different, most of these had different artists. Not all of them. There's Michio Kimura, Sango Morimoto, Hirokazu Hikawa, just listed off names here, Kenji Terada, Norihiro Matsubara, yeah, I think that's everyone. Oh, and Koichi Tanaka. That's everyone. Okay. That's everything I can really explain, because the Sonic Retro has some versions of this on their website. And Sonic Retro is a very comprehensive website. It doesn't have a whole lot, and all of it's in Japanese. But yeah. That's the Sonic manga. If I could read it, I would tell you more. So let's move on to our main topic for today, the side content of LEGO Sonic Dimensions. So most of this is based around exploring this sort of hub world, dedicated to Sonic. It's this map. It's got all these different assets from different Sonic stages throughout the years. It's fun. There's a whole bunch of side quests you can do, interacting with different friends of Sonic. I did not take notes for this. I'm going to skim through some stuff.
I like that, you start out, he starts out, getting, a side quest from Knuckles, and he kind of goes with you. All the characters kind of hang out with Sonic while you do all the stuff.
Yeah.
And you don't have to be... Except Shadow. You don't have to be Sonic to play these either, so they're kind of, vague in their references. Which is very funny when it comes to a later thing with Eggman, but anyway. Yeah. Starting with Knuckles, he's just I'm not a knucklehead! Ah! What did he... I'm kind of I know what everyone else did, and I'm Knuckles, didn't he just want to, beat up some people?
Yeah, Knuckles just wanted to fight people.
Yeah, Knuckles fights some people, and does a bunch of line reads of various Knuckles raps.
Yes.
Lyrics.
He says something about, I don't love you.
Yeah, he says, give me the emeralds or die, I don't love you. A lyric we will probably discuss when we eventually talk about Sonic Adventure 2.
Please.
if you want a little preview of that, listeners, I recommend listening to the episode of Slappers Only I was on, where we spent a considerable amount of time trying to make sense of Hunted P's very strange lyrics for the Knuckles stages in Sonic Adventure 2.
Do you think
I also recommend...
Sorry, do you think Knuckles ends all of his dates with that line? Give me back the emerald or die. I don't love you.
I also recommend listening to the Snapcube thing because they keep singing the Pumpkin Hill song.
Yeah.
It's pretty good. What the fuck was I? Who's next? I don't remember the order for some reason. I'm like, was it Amy or was it
Amy?
Okay. I wasn't sure if it was Amy or Big next for some reason, but yeah.
She's mad because people, when you get kidnapped by a robot once that looks like your boyfriend, who's not really your boyfriend, people think you're a damsel in distress forever.
Well, to be fair, I mean, people think Knuckles is a knucklehead forever because he got tricked. Nope, he got tricked multiple times, so he kind of deserves it.
He kind of keeps doing it.
Amy is just like, I want to help. I want to go on adventures with you guys. And yeah.
I do love the references
I actually wonder...
Because she's like, no one remembers the time I saved that birdie.
Yeah.
That's Sonic Adventure 1. Well, the next time we roll for Sonic Adventure, we will be talking about... Well, 2 times, but we will talk about that over time. What were you saying, Morg?
What was it? Oh, I was just saying, because it's generic, she doesn't say anything about, Sonic specifically. She's just kind of, says funny things and that she wants to go on an adventure with the boys instead of saying going on an adventure with you guys, you know? Because you could play as anyone technically, I think.
She, for all we know, she could be saying this to Gizmo from Gremlins.
That'd be pretty good.
Yeah, she could be saying this to Schmeagol from Lord of the Rings.
Yeah. The side quest mostly involves, going to various areas and, rescuing flickies in need. Amy's just, trying to push this, and I did all this. I'm a hero, I can be part of the action. Let's see, the next... Oh, she also makes references to, different times she did things in, some of the early games. Or in Sonic Adventure 2, Sonic Heroes, SA1. The next quest is Big's Big Fishing Adventure 4.
Big's Big Fishing Adventure 4.
Big, big, big.
This quest is named after a certain thing that one of the more iconic members of the Sonic social media team, Aaron Weaver, was trying to jokingly push, which is there was this running gag where it's and coming soon, the game that every Sonic fan has been wanting, Big's Big Fishing Adventure 3.
It's what I want.
And in April Fools of 2016, there was a quote-unquote demo version of it that you could play. It was a visual novel, except it had a couple mini games at certain points. I will probably talk about that someday, maybe in a fan zone or something else. Let's see. So Big wants to find Froggy. The mission involves finding Froggy in various parts of the map, and every time he gives a little hint as to where Froggy might be going next.
Froggy.
When he gives you the reward at the end, he does take it directly out of his mouth.
He does. He's like, I got this for you. Though I fished it up and tried to eat it, but it doesn't look, feel, smell, or taste like a fish, so you can have it.
Yeah, so he put it in his mouth.
Yeah, for safekeeping.
He did put it in his mouth.
As one does.
There is a nice little bit there's a little bit at the end where, like, Big says, when you get to the final location, the Carnival Night Zone, and you fully track down Froggy, Big says, "Wow, this is the perfect fishing location. Thanks, Froggy."
Thanks, Froggy.
Thanks, Froggy.
Our next one is one that I distinctly remember a lot of people really loved, which is the Shadow Side quest.
Yeah, me too. I'm one of those people.
Including me.
Yeah. It's great. As Sonic walks up to Shadow, he recites one of his most famous bits from Sonic Adventure 2. He says, "Maria, for the people of this planet, I promise you revenge." And then he follows it up with, as it turns out, is not what Maria asked for. She wants him to bring hope to humanity. He's not really sure how to do that, but he has an idea.
Can't do me either.
There are certain ways you could, but it is a very nebulous goal.
Shadow, remember when you had your own video game and you killed a bunch of cops at the start? That does bring hope to humanity. Keep doing that. In Minecraft.
Yeah. Yeah, just do it in Shadow the Hedgehog 2005.
Yeah.
So, his his current idea is to inspire people with flower arrangement.
Yes, fucking flower arrangement.
Let's go.
He wants to become the ultimate flower arranger. Pretty good. He's already the ultimate life form, so I believe in him.
Yeah, I believe in him. He can do it. But he will need some help from Sonic. Sonic also needs to get Wild Style, from the Lego movie, to find the perfect flowers, the ultimate flowers even, and then find the ultimate flower pots to put them in. It's cute.
Shadow's cute. He's funny.
Yeah, there is a nice line from him, which is that he says there weren't flowers on the Space Colony arc, and he wonders if flower pots are their preferred habitat.
Depends on the flower, Shadow.
I do remember quite a bit of fan art involving, like, Shadow, like, growing flowers or gardening, or, like, and stuff like that. He offers Sonic a golden brick, which he thought was a Chaos Emerald, but it was a faker. And then we move on to the next side quest, Dr. Eggman.
Yes. This is when it's, like, funny that it's, like, a generic thing, because he's asking Sonic to get all the chili dogs in the world. Well, he pretends to say, like, to feed the kids, but, like, you know, he's, like, trying to get Sonic. It's, like, very, like...
Yeah.
So it's like, oh, he's asking Sonic to help kidnap Sonic.
Yeah.
Pretty good.
At first I thought...
He also has...
At first I thought Sonic was, like, in, like, his plane, and Eggman couldn't see him and was just asking a random person. But no, Sonic is just, like, out and staring at him.
Yeah, he's just... And also, like... Eggman does so many line reads. It's very good. There's some, like, more obscure ones, even.
Yosh.
Yeah.
That he ends up doing.
Yeah. He brings up, like, the Mean Bean Machine. They really let Mike Pollock have fun with this one.
He mentions Egg Book in this. Obvious reference to...
Yeah.
Egg Book! He has a fucking social media. He has Eggman social media that's just for Eggman.
Do you think he rebranded it just like real life Facebook did?
I think he probably did.
What do you think he named it?
I would not be surprised if he... Eggster. Or possibly Egger. Or...
I want it to be something completely generic and stupid, just like Meta.
It's just called Twitter.
Oh, he just made Twitter again?
It's probably just called Twitter. Because it's a bird that lays eggs.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's layer. He gets distracted by cat pictures. He gives someone a downvote. Eventually, after you get all of them, he reveals he's using them to capture Sonic. Making him double evil because he wasn't actually going to give these chili dogs to any starving orphans.
Jeez, what a monster.
Jesus.
Yeah. Let's see. Is there... there is one...
He does, as Sonic is leaving, he does just go, dang, I hope no one makes more chili dogs, or this plan is kind of bust.
Let's see, what was I gonna say? It is worth noting, the Let's Play we watched did not have the Tails quest. The Tails quest requires having a hacker, Lego minifigure, which, Clement, the Let's Player, did not have. There is a feature in Lego Dimensions called Hire a Hero, which lets you have have a hacker character for a limited time. But, this feature was added in like a year or two after everything had come out for Lego Dimensions.
So do you know why did it like not work for Tails? Cause Clement could do it for something else like in the next video, but like, could he not do it for the Tails one? Cause
I guess it was a little glitchy. Yeah, I think he
the whole game is.
I think he mentioned like the game would crash or something if he tried doing it.
Oh, that's right. That's what he said. I couldn't remember exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's eventually there's a bit where he goes to Hidden Palace Zone and does like Simon Says. He gets out Cyborg to do Simon Says for him. Cyborg from DC Comics.
Cyborg from Teen Titans to me.
Oh, from the Snyder Cut.
No! I mean, you can't do this to me. I don't want to remember the Snyder Cut. Anyway,
Unite the Seven.
I like all the... Yeah, it really is just Simon Says, like, hacking my ass, you know, like...
Yeah.
It's just like doing a...
That's what hacking is in real life.
I mean,
kind of.
Hacking is just doing like a mini game. Like
hacking is a lot more boring than it is in movies, but I still don't think it's Simon Says.
No, it's one of the fun mini games like Mastermind or Pipe Dream. Anyways, for doing this Simon Says puzzle, Eggman shows up and tries to steal the Master Emerald. He drops it crashes. And Sonic rebuilds it and gets a golden brick.
And yet Clement makes a point, like, damn, it should have, like, scattered across the hub world, because he broke the Master Emerald. Mm-hmm. Like, if it was the game. But yeah, Eggman's like, don't tell Knuckles I did this, Mm-hmm. I broke it,
Yeah. Around this point, Clement just shows off some little side things, like, the two vehicles Sonic can get, the tornado and the car, can turn into other things like a boat, a beetle car. The tornado can turn into a crab walker that shoots a very powerful laser.
It's called crab meat, you said, right?
Yeah, and this...
Because it's the little, badnik crab meat.
Yeah, Motobug and crab meat. And there's also this version called, like, the Egg Snatcher. And all these things are things you could build using, like, the kits provided to you with the, Lego Sonic Dimensions pack. I keep there isn't really much else to say. There's some, like, there are some, like, fun little side worlds. At one point, he shows off you can, like, go into the Death Egg, and it is, like, a whole little level with a puzzle you can solve to get a prize.
Yeah, you can, like, fly up on the tornado and, like, fly high enough to get into the Death Egg, like, not just see it. Doesn't he do something with the carnival world, too?
Yeah. He sets up this thing called, Dr. Eggman's Wild Ride. It's like
Dr. Eggman's Dick Smasher.
Mm-hmm. It's a little ride that you can climb in and press QTEs to get prizes from. But yeah, that's the gist of Lego Sonic Dimensions. Or Sonic Lego Dimensions, I should say. Whatever. Doesn't matter. We probably will never talk about this again. Yeah, that's it.
Yeah, basically.
Any final thoughts?
Not really. I like, honestly, it was like just a nice little, like, nostalgia fest for people who are, like, familiar with the games. Mm-hmm. I guess one little thing is, like, Clement, like, brings up the fact that you mostly are hearing adventure music because of, like, all the stuff we've talked about before with the, the band who've done the music for the earlier games.
Yeah, Dreams Come True. At the time there was much more, like, there were some legal problems with, like, including that music.
Yeah.
I think they've mostly resolved it at this point. There's actually supposed to be, like, some sort of, Sonic collection coming out that, includes the old music, so...
Okay.
But yeah, this episode is a lot shorter than I realized it would be how about...
I mean, it's hard, because it's like, there wasn't a ton left of the game, and then, like, the manga we couldn't really get to.
So, with all that said and done, let's read some asks. Because we did get a couple, I think.
Yeah, we did. At least on Discord. Which you can find on our Twitter, I think, links to the Discord, right?
Yeah. Our Twitter and the episode descriptions.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna make sure we do not have any Twitter questions. So, our first question from James the Cat Girl. would Lego Sonic.exe make people bleed red Lego bricks?
Ooh.
I think if Lego Sonic.exe were in Sonic Lego Dimensions, that would be what happens. Alternatively,
It'd probably just be like more hyper-realistic blood, but just like over Lego bricks. Because like the hyper-realistic blood stuck out of like it was more realistic than like the game itself that it came from than Sonic EXE itself. So I'm like, well, it'd probably still just be hyper-realistic blood, just like coming out of Legos, which is unnerving.
Yeah. I'm proud to say that there is, in fact, results for Lego Creepypasta. In fact, a story called The Dead Lego.
We gotta tell Nana Roy.
Let's go.
There's some very disturbing art of the hyper-realistic Lego man here. Oh, there's some there's some minifigures that somebody made based on the various Creepypasta characters.
Yes, let's go! I wonder if, like, making like, Lego minifigs is, like, how people, like, modify dolls and stuff. Where they just kind of, like, paint over it, and so, like, someone just, like, took some white paint, made a fucking Jeff the Killer little guy.
They actually just dipped in some bleach.
Yeah, you just bleach the Lego. I think it would like fuck with the plastic.
In these image results, I have found a couple different versions, of Lego Jeff the Killer. Some use what looks like a very specific head mold. Others seem to be customed. One just seems to be an original head, shaped so that you can put it on a Lego.
Nice.
Yeah. I'm sorry, I just found something that says Bob.exe, Lego fanfiction, Rock Raiders United.
Alright.
And it's,
what?
it's a very generic Lego man, named Bob. But he has bleeding red eyes and a smile. It's real fucked up.
Let's go. Bob. Wonderful. What if it was Bob the Builder? Gotta look up if it's
I
Bob
am looking up Bob the Builder
creepypasta.
creepypasta at this very second.
Okay.
Thanks.
Bob the
Can
Builder.
he kill
Can we kill it?
Bob the Builder, lost episode. Going to save that for reading later.
Let's go.
I am looking at Bob the Builder with red eyes. Let's go.
Nice.
I'm now looking at rebooted Bob
Edgy
the Builder,
Nick
where
Jr.
he looks like a generic
shows.
guy. I don't like it.
Oh,
No.
right, that one.
That's
I've
worse than fucking
It's its own
creepypasta.
creepypasta.
Yeah, that's real life. I've seen generic Bob the Builder, and I hate to
He
look
is
at
frightening.
him.
That's just every guy. That's just every
I saw
white
that.
guy.
I saw at least 5 of those
Yeah,
dudes
like-
on the way to the gas station today.
So true.
So that wraps up that question. So as for our next question, Jasmine Sidmon asks, how much do you tend to focus on completing everything when you play games? Do you feel the siren song of achievements? Generally I don't 100% games I play. It is extremely rare for me to do so. Mostly because at a certain point, 100%ing a game stops being fun.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's kind of how I feel too. I've never been like an achievement hunter.
Yeah.
Like I've never been like really for that, especially because, like, a lot of the games I would play, like, when I was younger, where I would maybe have the patience to go through a game in completion, like, didn't have the little achievement pop-ups, because it was all, like, on, like, systems and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
there's... achievement world.
I'm just, like, not good enough at video games in general. Like, even ones I've gotten good at just because I've, like, played a lot or whatever, like, I just don't have that drive. I have 100%ed 2 games, and both of them are Kirby games.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think of, like, the games I have 100%ed, and, like, aside from, like, really small-scale games, the most recent example I can think of is Psychonauts 2, and even then, it was just every single, like, it was 100% of completion, but I didn't do all the achievements.
Yeah, I think I would rather do that, where I would, like, I want to see everything in the game, maybe, but I don't need to do every little thing. Like, I used to watch someone on Twitch who would, like, do all the achievements for, like, Binding of Isaac, and I'm like, this sounds like a nightmare. Especially because you have to do it 3 times in order to get, like, all 3 files filled up to get, like, the 1,000,000% or whatever. And I'm like, no, I like this game, but not enough to do that. Yeah. Like, I'm also not good at those kind of games enough to do that. Like, absolutely not. I'm also not streaming it for a living, to be fair, but, like, no.
Yeah, the only video game I've 100%ed was Kingdom Hearts 2, and that was a soul-draining experience that I'll never do again.
Oh yeah, it is.
That's
also
a pretty big game.
It took a while. Like, that's all I did exclusively for a while.
I also think I definitely did less, or I definitely do less now than I did when I was younger, because back then I didn't have a million different Steam games.
Yeah, me too, yeah.
At some point, I just had to keep playing the games I already owned.
I just get, like, impatient. My attention span's not good enough to do this kind of shit.
Yeah, when it's, like, tedious, like, oh, you have to do things that are like, oh, you have to do a certain combo of moves, or, like, do this thing to, like, get a perfect score or whatever. I'm like, that doesn't sound fun anymore. I'm using too much of my brain.
I like challenges, not tedium.
Yeah, I'm using too much of my brain, and that's not what I'm here for.
That's not why I play a video game.
Casey asks, what LEGO themes did you really enjoy as a kid? Well, obviously Bionicle, but if...
Yeah, Bionicle.
Yeah. Also liked Lego Island stuff.
I don't remember having, like, kits, even though I think I did. I just had, like, a big old pile of Legos. Well, it ended up being a bucket of Legos, and I would make, like, funny little ship guys out of it, and they were, like, alive. Like, I would personify these, like, things that I would call ships, and they were just, like, made out of random pieces. And, like, I think I had some random stuff, like, I remember having, like, a firefighter-based Lego thing, and then I had some Bionicle guys. I had some, like, random things that had, like, those crystal pieces. I really liked those, because I was like, this is what makes them stronger ships, or whatever. So I just kind of made my own themes, I guess.
Yeah, I was a heavy Bionicles kid, mostly because when asking for things for, like, my birthday or Christmas, my parents were like, you can have a hard cap on the amount of Power Rangers you can ask for. And I was a strong Power Rangers kid, so I was like, oh, well, Bionicles are basically just Power Rangers, but slightly different. So I'm going to ask for those, too.
So true. You're just like, oh, a colorful team?
Yeah, a colorful team who
Great.
uses elemental powers. Sign me up. I'm in.
Yeah. So...
And the last
next...
question...
Yeah. Last question from Casey. What's the best Lego game?
I haven't played any of them. Coffee.
Yeah,
I'm glad you've asked.
Whatever
I'm
Lego
glad you've
game
asked, Casey, because
comes with the one Star Wars where Anakin is talking to Padme and there's just a guy in the background going red flags here. That's all I know about the Lego games.
oh, I think that is the original Lego Star Wars.
Yeah, that one's great.
Yeah. Or, wait, was he talking? Because if he was talking, I think, I don't know which one that is. I think that might actually be, like, from a special or something.
I have literally no clue.
I remember in one of the Lego Star Wars, either 1 or 2, it was 2. The scene where, Darth Vader explains to Luke that he is his father is him, like, showing family photos of him and Padme.
Incredible.
I do think these Lego games are very, like, charming because they, like, very much play into, like, the fact that they're not the actual material, and they, like, they kind of expect that you're at least familiar with the material, and they play off of it, and they're kind of, like, affectionate parodies of themselves.
Yeah.
And, like, I think that's very cute. I just haven't had a chance to play them. I've heard good things about, I mean, the people who did the Lego Dimensions did a lot of those Star Wars ones, too, I think.
Anyways, the best Lego game is the Matanui online game.
Oh, yeah.
Is that what you've been wanting to say this whole time?
Yeah. No, you're right.
I don't even know that one.
It's incredible. It is a Bionicle adventure game in the style of Myst. You get to explore the island of Matanui and talk to NPCs. It's very beautiful. It played an important role in Bionicle's popularity in the 2000s. It's great.
Oh my god. That's so funny. I did not know there was a Myst-like Bionicles game.
Mm-hmm.
Was it free?
It was free. It was like...
Wow.
It was on the site. It was on the website.
Okay.
You can find archived versions of it. I actually played it a couple months ago.
Nice.
To completion for the first time. Yeah, so... That's all our questions. So, I'm gonna find the die, and then I'm gonna roll for next week. Oh, my desk. I need to clean up my desk again.
Big mood. Would you like...
Oh, here it is. So, let's roll. That's a 6. Let me check, make sure what 6 is. It is... Oh, it's 10 a.m. We haven't done that in a couple weeks. Yeah, so I guess, I don't know, 5 and 6, 6 and 7. Whatever's next, I'll put it in the show notes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. We've got time, so I'm just gonna real quick look up which episodes. Okay, it is episodes 106, Sonic Racer, and 107, Hooked on Sonics.
Already,
Okay.
It's gonna be bad.
I don't know what's in these episodes. All of these episode titles are just fun puns until like season 2, maybe. Alright. So let's take it to a close. I'm Dan. You can find me at a lot of places. And you can find all those places at linktr.ee/big_challenges. From there you can find my Twitter. You can find my other podcasts, which include Pot of Greed, a Yu-Gi-Oh! Podcast. We are starting season 3. You'll probably be able to hear the first episode by the time this is out.
Season.
Interesting.
Yeah, I'm on the second episode, and Holy shit, there's so much going on.
I'm very excited.
I have been waiting for this for so long.
Because season 3 is unhinged, and then I'm like kind of excited also for you guys to have to do like all do the sub for season 4.
Yeah, nothing's funnier than season 3 being so unhinged, and then 4Kids being like, we cannot even touch season 4.
We can't even do this.
Between the two of you and the number of people who listen to this, which is smaller than the number of people who listen to Pot of Greed.
Yes.
The very last episode of season 3 is sub only. So
wow.
We'll get nervous.
There is a good reason for that.
I did not know that, actually.
There's a very specific reason for that one.
I'm very interested. I'm slightly behind on Pot of Greed, so...
You can listen to Video Games, the Movie, the Podcast, a video game movie podcast I do with my friend Maxie. Our most recent episode that has gone up is on Resident Evil 2002. And our next one, which very coincidentally is Uwe Boll's Alone in the Dark.
I just found out about.
Yeah.
That's very interesting. I hope you talk about that on the episode.
I look forward to it. You can also listen to the recently finished Chillbleed, Michael Reynolds' Auditory Horrorland. I haven't edited and uploaded the episode yet, but I will by the time you hear this. We had a fun time. It's a good podcast. It's over now. And of course, you can listen to Stranger's Fiction, actual play podcast focused on one-shots. And last but not least, at Xbox_holiday, where Usher celebrates holidays with Xbox. I did type this up last night, and I guess I can read it here. Happy Richard Lotex Kayenka Death Day, Xbox. Morg, where can we find you?
You can find me on Twitter at Haunting the Morg. That's Haunting the MORG. You can also find me on my other podcasts. Departure Lounge, a plane-themed Hunter x Hunter podcast, and that's on hiatus. But more importantly, because it's not on hiatus, you can find me on Digimon Ghost Gaze, a Digimon Ghost Game watch podcast. We just put out the Halloween episode recently on the 8th of November. It's fine. That's what happens when you gotta be a week behind everything. And we're gonna meet funny Jellymon next time. It's a good time. It's very gay for Digimon, to me. All Digimon gay.
It's true.
Devon, where can we find you?
You can find me on a Hunter x Hunter podcast called Going Well Hunting, where me, co-host of the show Digimon Ghost Games Emery, and my roommate Sky go through Hunter x Hunter. And eventually we'll post updates again, right when I get off my lazy bum. And you can find that at Going Well Hunting on Twitter. That's it.
Yeah. Just to note, 2 things. One, I should have noted earlier, and only just now realized, because this is November, and the last week of November is Thanksgiving, you can scratch that Sonic Set AM one. We're actually going to be talking about a bonus thing for Fan Zone.
Oh, so soon!
Ooh.
So fucking soon. I guess, yeah. I forgot that Thanksgiving was coming up, because I kind of already
Yeah. Let me think real quick of... Oh, I know what we'll talk about. We can talk about the first two episodes. Or first episode, I'll decide later. We'll be watching Super Mario Bros. Z.
What? Oh, I have heard about this. Oh my goodness.
The classic anime punch 'em up animation series by Alvin Earthworm.
Interesting. More Dragon Ball Z Sonic stuff. Sounds like.
Yeah. And also Mario and Luigi.
It just works great together.
Are there.
Well.
Yeah, and the other thing I was gonna note, we're still gearing up towards that fanfic reading event. I do not think we have gotten any submissions. I may have to find something else to talk about.
Please send those in if you have them. We would love to read your art.
Please.
I have no ideas, so I cannot contribute, unfortunately. But please do.
Perhaps I will finally reveal to the world, and by reveal to the world, I mean actually write it, my Suicide Squad Sonic Dr. Starline.
Oh my god. If you do that, that would be incredible. Please.
Well, I have a few weeks.
You do. And so do you, listener.
Yeah. So, what else? We are the Sonic Shuffle. You can find us on Twitter at ShuffleSonic. From there you can find our Discord. And you can also find us on noisepace.xyz. Once again, that's noisepace.xyz. It is a Canada-run podcast network by Canadian icon Matt GameCube. There's a lot of different podcasts, and this week on the alphabetical shoutouts is The Island Shuffle. Let's see. Bean Laville and James Brown watch Lost in random number order. I did partially, not totally, but partially named this podcast because of that, and got that idea.
I've heard really good things about the podcast. Bean is in our Discord for Sonic Shuffle, but yeah, I've heard great things about it. People plug it, even though it's been on hiatus for a while. If you have any connection to Lost at all, it sounds like it's a good one.
Yeah. Looks like the latest episode. I don't know if it's over or if they just were on hiatus, but the last two episodes are a bonus episode called Thanks Lostpedia, where they just explore the Lost Wiki, and episode 102, Microwaved Beer. I don't know.
A recipe for instantly comedy is just to read the Wikipedia page for any of Meteor property.
I mean, honestly, that's why I like Nightmare on Air so much.
Yeah. Honestly, the ideal version is really weird fan wikis.
Oh my god, like the Super Nanny fan wiki?
Yeah, or Heroes Wiki, Villains Wiki, any given Creepypasta Wiki.
Typing any word into the Fate Wiki.
Oh no.
Let's see. That's everything. So, until next time, Sonic is real, he is strong, and he is my friend.
He is the only blue live that matters.
The only one.
Good night, everyone.
Good night.